One dental practice, one expert team, one dramatic transformation. This is the ultimate practice makeover.
Welcome to the final episode of the Ultimate Practice Makeover, the grand reveal where you get to see everything that we've done and how it's all come together. This is the show where we ask the question, with the right help, how fast can you turn a struggling practice into a thriving practice, and what are the steps? In this final episode of the series, the team gets to see the fit-out results from Medifit, and we discover what impact the Ultimate Practice Makeover has had on Michael's practice.
Good dentistry and good business go hand in hand. They actually need to coexist.
We all want the patient to make better choices, and the way to do it is to have them understand more.
With proper training and proper education, the results are amazing.
I can't wait to see the number of cases that he starts to do in the next few weeks.
So Simon Palmer, he's helped out with the Ultimate Practice Makeover with doing an assessment of the practice's finances before we started and now at the end of the project. So he has helped not so much from the day-to-day running of the practice, but more valuing the practice and seeing areas that are potentially deficient and could potentially be advanced in the future. Yeah, he's done a great job. Our diligence team have been fantastic.
One of the results of the Ultimate Practice Makeover is that when you look in the books fuller and fuller into the future when you look in the future weeks and months of the practice. And what this does is it gives buyers confidence that the practice is stable into the future, that it has an income stream that they can count on going forward, and then they're not just looking at historical figures. I think selling a dental practice, one of the things that makes people want to buy it is an emotional response that they're getting. It's they turn up here and they think, can I turn up here? Do I think that I would want to work here every day? Would I want to turn up here and do my dentistry every day? And I think that you get that when you walk in now.
I like the fact that the look and feel of the practice, as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh wow, it feels much more modern, it's much more spacious. I love the uniforms, and it provides a happier place for the team to work and ultimately a better patient experience. All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for, the grand reveal of the fit out at Michael's practice. Let's take a look.
Look, it looks fantastic. You can see the practice that was here beforehand, the walls are in the same place and everything, but it has such a fresh face on it now. It looks modern. It looks like a different type of dentistry is being done here. Walking in previously, you got the sense that it was a bit dated. I think patient base would have responded to that. It didn't have a modern feel to it. It didn't feel like, this was cutting edge. And right now, if you walk in, you get that feel. You get that feel that it is cutting edge, that it is modern, and that great dentistry is being done here.
Well, when we first came here, we thought that this place definitely needed a renovation, and it was a perfect candidate for the Ultimate Practice Makeover, of course. And the design team did a good job on bringing this place to life. When you walk in, you feel like it's an amazing environment to be in, and it was just a small little touch-up renovation. It wasn't anything massive through the whole practice. It was just looking at the front end and making people feel warm and welcome when they come in.
So Martin and the Medifit fit-out team were great. So the results you'll see were excellent. The tradesmen, everything went fantastic.
Medifit has done a great job here. The truth is that I didn't realise how much of an impact they could make. When I came in the first time, I was like, oh, it's all right. And I walk in now and I go like, wow. And it's the integration of all these parts that just come up with something amazing.
So the first stage is just understanding what the brief is and what Michael and his team wanted to achieve with this small little renovation for the Ultimate Practice Makeover. The second one is the design phase, where we look at getting the floor plan right and all the colour schemes throughout the practice. And then finally, you've got the construction phase, which is the construction team coming in and doing what they need to do to complete the project. I mean, one of the biggest challenges was trying to find the right time to actually come in and do the fit out. And that was very important for Michael, because shutting down the business for a period of time would have been very difficult financially. So we tried to find a time when it suited him and it suited us, and we managed to make it work in early January.
Medifit did a great job. they brought together a lot of things that are really obvious in terms of, knocking down the counter, etc., but also the things that are less obvious with the lighting and the colour scheme and the integration of the floor into the rest of the practice. And what it's meant, as soon as I walked in the door, it's like, wow, it feels so light and modern and spacious, which has been a great improvement.
One of the other things we did is we took out the flooring, which was carpet, and we replaced it with a really light colour flooring. And it just matches really well. It enhances the practice with the popping out of the reception desk, and also behind the reception desk, there was all these concertina files that we decided to change and put a gyprock wall where we're going to put up some artwork. Well, before the Ultimate Practice Makeover, it felt like it was really dated, and it definitely needed a spruce up. And now, sitting here in the room right now, I feel like it's a vibrant and energetic environment to be in for everyone, not only the patients, but also for the doctor and everyone that works here.
So, after all of the improvements we've made in the Ultimate Practice Makeover, what's been the impact on Michael's business?
The best part of the UPM experience is the visible improvements that we see along the way. So they're only little small steps, but they're clear and quite easy to see steps.
Well, I'm really happy with the outcome to get a 23% boost in production.
So a 23% increase in production is definitely what you strive for, and I think that would be, if you offered me that at the start, I would have grabbed it with both hands. So yeah, it's a great outcome.
There's actually been not much spend, no increase in spending on advertising during that time. So it's an incredible result, and I think that will reflect in a higher value and a higher price if he was to want to sell.
You might remember from episode 1, we heard Michael say this.
I've always had a goal to get over the $1 million a year in revenue.
Well, as a result of the Ultimate Practice Makeover, guess what? Michael achieved his goal of $1 million revenue. The impact of the Ultimate Practice Makeover, I'm really proud of. The reality is we'd never done this before. And for Michael and the team to have, as it were, we polished a whole bunch of different parts of the business, and to bring that all together, to have a workspace that's even more enjoyable to come to. They feel more proud, their branding's been elevated, and indeed that's impacted with more patients and higher end patients. That's a great outcome.
I think it was a very exciting experience, this Ultimate Practice Makeover, giving Dr. Michael back a great opportunity to utilise the services of Medifit and a lot of other different businesses, including yourself, Angus, to enhance his practice and give it a new, fresh breath of life.
I think when I look at the financials, there's still a lot of opportunity left to explore as well. I don't think it's over. I think that the trajectory of what I'm seeing is very positive, and there's still things that the practice can be doing to improve on that trajectory and to make it even better. And I'm looking forward, I hope to see greater improvement in the future sometime.
Through working with the Ultimate Practice Makeover, I discovered that the online presence is important. I had previously believed that word of mouth and just being nice to your patients would be enough. And I've also learned that marketing, who would have thought, can actually contribute in a positive way to the practice. Yeah, it's really helped the business, and that's made my life better and happier. So it's been a success. If it weren't for the Ultimate Practice Makeover, I wouldn't have this beautiful renovation to the practice. I wouldn't have the raised level of presence on the internet, and I wouldn't have a practice that's as busy and as thriving as it is. So I'm very happy.
Thanks to Michael and the team, who've been absolute troopers working together as we've had to adjust things on the way through. Thanks also to the sponsors who very generously donated their goods and services to bring the Ultimate Practice Makeover together and to achieve this incredible result.